Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on frogs in a mushroom. This is how far I've gotten. So I filled in all this brighter red on here. The frog is now done. I filled in a bunch of the sky up that way. I was just kind of going where the colors led me. And then I filled in this corner. I got a couple down here, a couple up here. But I started up in this corner, worked my way down. So nothing too crazy. I've also been working on the bear in a tree. That one is a lot slower process. I only have this one string started, so I'm going to stitch this one and then, I'm actually going to rotate this. I'm going to stitch this string and then I'm going to add in a couple more and then continue stitching with you guys. Currently, it is July 3rd. I'm going to hopefully get this one out on the 4th. So, happy 4th of July to everybody who celebrates. I've had a long week, which is why there was kind of a lull on Wednesday where I didn't have a video. I went to my sister's, which is an hour and a half away from my house, and I helped her out by painting her basement, which was way bigger than anticipated. It took a long time. I think it was like I did 22 hours in 2 days and got it done. It was a lot. But yeah, so, I was happy to help her. I ended up having to stay an extra night that I didn't plan for, which is why I didn't have a video out. Can't really do a video if I'm not home with my stuff. But I thought, overall, for the 2 weeks that I have been doing this frog, between the frog and the bear in the tree, I thought I made pretty decent progress with it. And then with the holiday coming up, obviously I've been helping my in-laws because we have the party over there. I've been helping them set up and get everything prepped and ready, and then I was supposed to make muffins tonight, but I'm thinking I'm just going to make them in the morning now because it's getting late and this is something that I can kind of quickly do. Whereas like the muffins, I'm actually going to have to like pay attention and watch, and there's going to be more than one batch, and I'm not ready for it. Me and my daughter harvested all of the different lettuces and spinach and stuff out of our garden yesterday. And because the things that were getting done at the house, one of the workers ended up burning up their saw and having to get a new one, and he left his box here. So we used the box because he told us that we could burn it. But instead of burning it, because, I didn't feel like getting a bunch of plastic bags, I lined that box, and then my daughter and I cut all of the lettuce down as far as we could, so that way everybody at my in-laws' party could have some fresh salad. And then my mother-in-law and I went shopping for the party today, helped them rearrange their deck. So it's been a long one, let me tell you, because I am definitely tired, definitely feeling it. But because I didn't have anything up on Wednesday, I was like, I really need to get this stuff filmed and up. So I would love to hear about your plans for the 4th of July. Pop them down in the comments. It's been quite the race getting everything ready, for me anyway. And especially with my kitchen being like half tore apart from the renovation that's happening, it makes everything much more difficult to do. So instead of, it taking me only 30 minutes to whip together the muffin batter and getting them in and stuff, it's going to take me a lot longer because I'm going to have to dig through. I have this ginormous tote that I put everything in, and I'm going to have to dig through that and find what I need. But I only kept out the essentials. I wasn't thinking about keeping out my baking stuff for the 4th of July. So, it's one of those things where you darned if you did and darned if you didn't. Because you can't have too much stuff. I basically left out enough stuff for me to function. And, excuse me. Now it's coming back and biting me in the butt. And with as tired as I am, man, I don't know. Oh, darn it. See if I can't stick that back through without it being a pain. Probably not. I've lost all of my needle threaders too. Oh, there we go. I need to pick up more needle threaders. I just haven't done it yet. It's just one of those things that it doesn't cross my mind to pick up when I'm at the store. And if you can't tell, my brain is very tired and lagging. So if I'm having problems finding words, that's what that is. I also was watching another YouTuber that I've actually never watched before. And the way that he started his threads looked very interesting. So I've been trying that on for size because normally I do I don't even know what you'd call it. You put the needle through one of these and then pin stitch straight through and down. And that's how I have been starting it. And I learned that from, I believe it was Gemma Stitches. And I don't remember who I was watching. I'm not subscribed to him. It just, one of his videos happened to pop up. And he showed how he started his strands. I thought it was interesting. So I started doing mine like that. And it works well for, I think, his method because he goes row by row in a diagonal. But for me, I just kind of do whatever color talks to me at that moment in time. So I get to use it in certain areas, and then in other areas I can't use it because it puts too much stress on the canvas, or at least I think it does. I don't actually know if that matters because once you get the canvas wet, it shrinks a little and the fiber or the floss kind of puffs up a little. So I don't know if it actually matters if the canvas gets a little stretched out. Darn it. I've done it again. This is just going to be a reoccurring theme. See if I can't get this to work for me. There we go. Hey, at least it's threading somewhat easy, even with the end being frayed like that. So I'll count that as a win for now anyway. I'll probably do I don't know, I could probably get 2 more stitches out of this. And then I'll end it. And then I will start another strand. And honestly, I've been doing the same color multiple different times today because I don't get to just sit down and, you know, have a full stitching session. It's parts here, parts there. I might pick one of these colors in the moon. Give me something else to stare at. Give you guys something to actually look at, because I'm looking and the string is pretty hard to tell what I'm doing in here, so I'll pick a lighter color. Alright. Let's go up this way, if I can get it. Ugh, everything's fighting me. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'll get a couple strands started in this moon and be right back. Okay, so I started this color on the moon, and I am going to have to split this out this way. I'm still going to have to go kind of sideways with this. There we go. This canvas is just too big to fit on the screen real well. Especially with me stitching in hand, it's just gonna have to be sideways like it is, and that's okay. If I was doing something more like center-wise, I'd be able to like crumple it up more and call it good, but this is too close to the edge to do that. But I started this color, and I also have this strand started. Whether we make it that far or not, I don't know, because I'm just trying to get a little something quick going. And I don't know, I was looking into stands and stuff, but this is something like, for me, I liked stitching in hand because it doesn't require anything but me. I don't think I want to set up an entire stand and such. I'm trying to get it to focus on where I'm at. That, and I really don't have a place to store it, obviously, right now. So maybe at some point, but like, I don't know. I didn't like cross-stitching in like the frames and stuff, so I don't know if I'd like stitching in the frames. And especially because like, if I'm in like, because I do this in bed sometimes, like if I'm in bed or, you know, on my couch, I like to curl up and just, you know, have it where I want it. And I feel like a frame will stop me from making progress if I have like, say this one in a frame. I feel like I wouldn't make as much progress on it because I'd be like, oh, well, then I have to undo it or redo it if I want to, say, like, take it in the car, because I do that a lot. Like, if we're going on even just a short trip, me and my husband, like 20-30 minutes, I'll bring this with me because I pack them up every night in their little bags, and I'll bring this with me, and I get 30 minutes basically uninterrupted cross-stitch time in the car. And if I put it on a frame, then it kind of limits my ability to do that. And this and the bear are the same size, and they are the two biggest. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll finish off that one that way. I meant to just go up in one direction and then back down, but that's okay. At this point, I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing, hit those, hit that, and then jump down. I darn screwed myself. But I like having that ability. And sometimes I'll do, like, if it's a really long road trip, like 45 to an hour or more, I'll actually bring my counted cross stitch and do that in the car instead of a stamped one. But for me, if I feel like if I put it on the stand, then that kind of just limits what I'm able to do and bring with me. Because then you gotta either undo the frame or take the frame with you, and what fun is that? So, I don't know. Maybe I won't try it. I don't have any, like, friends or family or anything who do this, so I can't really borrow it from anybody to see if it would be something that I would like. And I know that it would make it like a steadier film for you guys and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't want to take my enjoyment out of it either. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sorry. It has been such a long week, and there's not really, I mean, we have a heat wave here, so it has been miserable to be outside, miserable to do literally anything. So, you know, we haven't really done a whole lot of anything besides, like, taking the kids to my in-laws to swim. That's basically, basically have been sitting on their patio, cross-stitching while my kids swim. It's basically what I've been doing for the last, like, 2 days. And like I said, Wednesday was Monday, so I went to my sister's house on Monday. Painted, like, all day Monday till, like, 12 a.m. And then woke up, started painting by 9 the next morning, and didn't finish until like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So I ended up staying another night. It was long. It was grueling. So I don't, and it was like super, super hot. It was like worse hot there than it was here. But my daughter got to play with her cousin. My son wanted to stay in town with his Grammy and Papa, so that's what he did. Which is fine. I mean, neither one of my kids are around little kids a whole lot, and she's quite little. Although I think my daughter had fun. She tells me she did, but she might just be beefing it up so that way she doesn't sound like she doesn't like doesn't like going up there, whatever. Then I think she liked the separation from her brother for a couple of days. And it's funny because, like, my daughter's not really like a girly girl. You know, she doesn't play with dolls. She doesn't like her hair done, that kind of stuff. She'll, like, let me do her hair every once in a while, but usually it's just, like, a ponytail to take her hair out of her eyes. Oh, sorry. But my niece is not like that. She likes Barbie dolls and baby dolls and getting her hair done and, you know, all the princess things. And so it's like a contrasting personality, which, you know, my daughter navigates fairly well because she's getting to that age where, you know, she's like, well, why don't we just do this instead? And, or, you know, I don't feel like doing that, but I would do this. You know, she compromises. She's a little compromiser. And my niece is very young for that kind of thing. So let's just say there wasn't much compromising going on for basically the way it worked out was like 2.5 days. But she said she had fun, so I'm going to choose to believe her. we went for ice cream and walked on the boardwalk, and we did fun things, and my sister took her to the beach and the park, and they played in their little pool and the sprinkler. So, I mean, they had fun. Whether she had bunches of fun playing with a smaller child, which she doesn't really do very often, I don't know. But I think she had fun just with the activities themselves, I guess. So, I mean, she had more fun than I did. I tell you what, I did not realize how bad the concrete floor would hurt my feet after standing on it for 22 hours. But my feet were screaming at me. Oh, it was horrible. I was walking around like a cripple on the third day. I'm like, oh dear Lord, save me now. And then we didn't get very good news on my dog either. She has chronic arthritis from her shoulder to her elbow and down to like her wrist joint. And we had started her on shots and anti-inflammatories, and this has been going on for a while. And the shots are like a new thing within the last, what shot is she on? 3 weeks. So we've been on it for 3 weeks. And there's been very little improvement between the anti-inflammatories and this shot that she's been getting. And, we're still having to take her out on a leash. And, she just wants to run and play. And she's still youngish. She's only 7. And she's a high energy dog, so it's killing her to be on the leash. She's able to walk around the house now, but she still can't do stairs, or, she can't jump, she can't play, she can't run. So it's hard on her, but it's also like, sucks for us, because she all she used to do is run. She used to just run around the yard just to run. Like, there wouldn't even be anything to chase. There'd be nothing to do. And she's just pacing the yard. This is what she liked to do. And now she's sequestered onto a leash. And she doesn't like it. We don't like it. It sucks. It really does. And she has one more week where she gets 2 shots a week. And then they drop down to once a month. But with the shot not working, we have another option to try a different, I don't even know what it is. It's just like a different receptor blocker, I think they are. So we might try that and see if that one does a better job. But, who knows? And the vet said that she might never be normal again. She might never be, a dog who gets to run again or do all the fun things. And the only thing that we can hope for is for her to, not be in pain, basically. Which, honestly, isn't fair to her. Because if she's just going to be trapped on a leash or trapped in a small area where she can't run, or, she can't do the stairs or whatever, that's not fair. So I'm hoping that the other drug will do better than the one that she's currently on. But she's got 2 more shots of that. And then we have to make a decision on whether to keep her on it, and hopefully it starts to work at a later date. Because it helped her improve a little. I'm not going to say that it didn't help her improve at all, but, it basically, she had an injury to that leg, and it's never going to fully heal. So it just depends on if we can control the pain and symptoms that she's having. And, you know, it's doing an okay job. But the anti-inflammatories is something she's going to be on for the rest of her life. And the other shot she will be too. But, you know, we got to find one that works for her. So hopefully this one kicks it in. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever yawned this much in a video. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. It's like it is hitting me all of a sudden. But yeah, so we're dealing with that right now, which isn't very fun. And then it's sad because our younger dog has never obviously really known her life without my other dog, my older dog, and she doesn't understand why her sister doesn't want to play with her anymore, and, you know, why doesn't she get to go outside with me, and it's so sad. It's so sad to see. Or, like, you know, my older dog's name is Lacey. She'll go and she'll lay in her crate, and Cricket, which is my younger dog, will just go and sit next to her crate and, like, want her to play, and it's just sad because, you know, she doesn't understand that Lacey's in pain, and, you know, that we're trying to help her in the best way that we can, and, you know, there's not much that you can do. So it's been a learning curve for everybody involved. I'm trying to just I would like to get at least this color done tonight in this area. I don't know if I will, though. I'm like half falling asleep here trying to do this. And then I still have to put this up on the computer, stitch all the videos together and put them up, so, and edit the thumbnail and that. So I don't know. I don't think I can do another, like, later night. So I'm just gonna get as much as I feel like getting done. I mean, I want to do more. I feel like I'm physically dying trying to do this. I mean, yeah, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I was so tired. I woke up and I was paying bills on my phone, but I sat down in my husband's chair and I kicked my legs up and I was paying bills. And the next thing I knew, my dog was waking me up. I had fallen back asleep while paying bills for like 40 minutes, which is, it's not like me to do that. Like, usually if I'm doing something, I'm not going to fall asleep, but I definitely dozed off for at least 40 minutes while I was in the middle of paying bills. So, you know, I must have been tired. And then at that point, I had to get up and go pick up from my husband's supply house company stuff for his job the next day, which was supposed to be today, because they observed 4th of July as, you know, today since it was on Saturday. And he's like, he told him, he's like, oh yeah, I should be there at like 8:30. I woke up at 8:40 from my accidental billing nap I'll call it my billing nap, because I definitely was at least trying to do something productive, like paying bills. And it just didn't happen. Well, all the bills got paid, but me being to his supply house was at like 10:30 instead of 8:30. I told him, I said, don't tell them when I'm going to be there again, because it makes me look bad. But I was like, I'll just take 5 minutes and pay these bills. Nope, you won't. That's a lie. Oh, wondering if anybody has seen the new Toy Story 5. Yes, the one with the little electronics or whatever. I seen it. I thought it was cute. I liked it. Definitely fell in line with the other Toy Story shows. Like movies, not shows. But, it was super cute. I'd recommend, if you have kids, going and seeing it with them. But if you have already seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Maybe I'm just crazy, liking something that's not very good. I mean, not like I'd go see it in theaters again or anything, but I'd like to watch it again when it comes out. My in-laws have the Disney Plus. I'll go over there and watch it. The only apps that, or I guess not apps, streaming services that I pay for is Amazon Prime, which comes with the Prime Video, but I don't have anything extra, so it's just whatever comes with it. And then I pay for Netflix, and those are the two streaming services that I use. Yeah. I don't like having to pay for streaming services, so if you had them all, I swear it would be more than just buying cable television, which we haven't had cable since 2016. Yeah, I think it was like 2016 we quit. We quit cable and never went back. But that's when you were able to like share Netflix and stuff, and we'd always bum our Netflix off our parents or whatever, because they had everything. But obviously when they took the sharing away, we paid for our own. But there wasn't really anything on any of the other streaming services that we were like, yeah, we gotta have them. So we just have the one, which honestly isn't too bad, but they keep increasing their rates, and I'm getting fed up with it. It's the same thing with like Spotify, because I listen to my audiobooks through Spotify. And I do the premium so that way I can have that, and they keep increasing their rates too, and I'm like, you know what? There's free services out there that I could use, and I just might come down to it. Keep increasing. At some point, it's just not going to be worth it anymore. I mean, I've pretty much reached that point, but my husband loves his Spotify. And honestly, I like the audiobooks. And the audiobook, like having the premium membership or whatever, is still cheaper than going out and buying physical books. So it's kind of like, yes, I could buy the physical book, but then I have a physical copy of something that may or may not be good. And I could just listen to it. And then if it's no good, then, I think you can squeeze in like 2 audiobooks a month before you run out of time, like audiobook time. So, I mean, you get 2 books for one price, which honestly, then you get to listen to them in the car, or I listen to mine when I mow the lawn. So I can't really complain. Just don't like the price of things anymore. Everything's too expensive. Oh my gosh. I feel like my camera is going to time out. I'm at 24.5 minutes on this video, and I don't know when they time out. I thought it was like 23 minutes. But if it does cut out, I will finish up this color and then show you guys like the finished result of it. Or you might just get to watch me stitch the whole thing. But excuse me if I fall silent. I feel like I just need to get in a zone and get it done. Wow, this actually times way longer than I thought it was. I need to remember this for next time. That it actually times a lot faster. I used to cut it off at like 23 minutes because I figured it was going to cut me off at like 23:30 anyway, because that's when it used to cut me off. Maybe I'm using a different memory card. I don't know. Oh my goodness. You know, I was really trying to beat the time with these stitches, because I was hoping to finish it all on camera. That's why I was trying to focus, but I don't think I even need to focus. I think it's just going to take it all. Okay, so a quick little outro. It did end up stopping at like 28 or 30 minutes. Not sure which. But that string made it from here all the way down to here, and then did these random 3 right here. I did not touch this other string. I'm pooped out, guys. I really am. But this is how much I've gotten done so far. So that whole corner is filled in. I think those are supposed to be like branches or vines or something. And then I'd say like a quarter of the moon has filled in. The frog is 100% complete. I think I am going to add some back stitching to give him like a mouth. You can kind of see where it's supposed to be right here, but I think I'm just going to really enhance that. And then the top of the mushroom, I'm hoping to maybe get all these, what would be like the white spots filled in on it. Still dealing with this guy down here, and then wherever, double butts over here somewhere. I may have him done the next time I come in, because I'm just gonna wrap it up and probably stop him here with two little eyes, and he'll be cute either way. But yeah, so a little bit of progress here today. So we finished off this string that I had going up here, and then we did this string here. So hopefully I make some big progress. And if I don't make big progress on this one, that means I made big progress on the bear in the tree. And sorry, I will show him the next time, because he's way over there. Way over there. And I don't feel like dragging him out, if you want me to be completely honest. I do want to fill in like this patch of green here, just to kind of see what the I don't know if you can tell. There's this blue, this navy blue, like here, and then in here, there's a slight color shift from this one to that one that's like a bluish green. And I guess I didn't really look at what 34 was. 34 is this color here. So, I mean, it's like a lighter tealy blue. Come on, there we go. It's like a light teal blue. So it should bounce nicely off of that, hopefully. But yeah, so that's for next time though. With that, I will catch you guys next time. I hope you have a good one. Bye.